So I hope you're all listening to the outside and the sounds that we are experiencing. Oh, here we are, Self Care Wednesday, and it's in the evening or early evening, and we are talking about transitions. Transitions. One thing we all have in common are transitions. And what do I mean by transitions? And in particular, self-care. Life transitions. That's what I'm talking about. AKA change. I don't like to use the word change because sometimes it has a negative connotation. Life transitions are, by definition, periods in life involving lots of change in your lifestyle, in the style of your life. Transitions can happen as a choice and a vision, or they can be a part of something else, a circumstance beyond your control. Circumstance beyond your control. There are actually, I don't want to say many types of transitions, but I'm going to mention four. Four types of transitions: the anticipated transition, the unanticipated transition, the non-event transition, and the sleeper transition. That's the one that kind of creeps up on you, and all of a sudden, a sleeper transition of a lifestyle change. Transitions can be either positive or negative. The most common element of a transition is that big changes coming that likely will change the trajectory of your life or your life's path or where you're going. And depending on where you are within your life's path, that trajectory may be a real fastball, little slow ball, could be a curve ball, could be a home run. So some of the most common transitions are and I thought that this would be a good topic for June and our self-care, because lots of things happen in June. Things like graduations and moving and finishing school, or maybe getting ready to start school, or relationship changes, possibly some job changes, maybe family additions, and also the loss of someone in the family. I love a kombucha, by the way. According to psychologists, there are two promises about transitions. Two promises about transitions. So here we go. One is that the life changes are only as stressful as you make them. Duh. That's all based on your perception of what's happening with these transitions. Based on your perception of the transition that's happening. Or two, that there are many factors out there that can cause and lead us to change. Two, that there are two premises about transitions. One, it's only as stressful as we make it. And two, there are many factors out there that can cause and lead to change. So, since this is about self-care, I'm I want to give you what's known as self-care skills for mastering transitions. Because guess what? We will always have transitions in our life. So what are some skills that we can develop to help us master, to take care of ourselves during times of transition? The first thing and foremost under the big umbrella is that the experts tell us people who deeply understand their values and their vision for the future find it easier to weather the storm during transitions. That people who understand their values and their vision, what is your vision? What do you want? What do you look for into the future? And what does this self-care have to offer? So, number one, here we go. Make consistent time to write it down. Write what down? Write down what your thoughts, your feelings are, what your wants, your desires, what's your vision, what's your future. Take it from here and place it down on some kind of paper so that you can revisit it. What are your thoughts? What are your concerns? What do you want to achieve? Secondly, sit in that quiet place and contemplate. Meditate. Breathe in and exhale. Take time for yourself. 3, talk about these ideas with, and I've mentioned this before, that each and every one of us needs to have 2 in our life. They could be the same, but 2 is recommended. 2 what? A confidant and a mentor. For this confidant and mentor, so that you can talk about those values, those visions, those accomplishments, those concerns, those thoughts and ideas. And 4, develop positive habits. Habit. A positive habit. The drinking of the water, the taking of the walk, the going outside and breathing in, oh well, and exhaling, so what? You see, these transitions we face become part of our life story. And here's what I'd like to leave you with today. There is indeed a time for all things under heaven, and for all great rites of passage, weddings and funerals, graduation and retirements, a time for anniversaries and reunions, for sunrise and sundowns, for moon and rain, for stars. But in the meantime, there is an infinite moment, a time to do the dishes, and a time to walk the dog. Transitions become our life story. Take that moment, always. Breathing in, oh well. Exhaling, so what? Join me at totalcoverage.net. Sign up for that newsletter. Get that recipe. Let me know what you're thinking. enjoy. See you next week.